6th and Peabody, our location. Yeehaw Beer, Old Smoky Moonshine. Hot Mike, Honey Withrow, here at OutKick.com. Emory Hunt joins us, CBS sports analyst, and back on the program. Great to see you, Emory. Hope things are well.
Great to see you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Brian Daboll out with the Giants, the third straight season of a 2-8 start. But, I mean, let's face it, he was against the 8 ball the entire season. The offseason, he was on the hot seat. And Malik Neighbors gets hurt. Scadaboo gets hurt. And now we have his rookie quarterback who's in concussion protocol. I mean, was the timing right here?
That's a great question. It's always tough because I know Brian Daboll is a really good coach. I've been out there all training camps, all mini camps, all OTAs during his entire tenure. So I've seen the stuff that he does at practice. I've seen the stuff that he does with the players and how he connects with these guys. I remember when they drafted Kadarius Toney, and to ingratiate himself with Toney, who was rather quiet at the time, he was playing his music at practice, his Young Joker music at practice, just to make him feel comfortable around. So I know Daboll is a good guy, good coach, but when you lose 4 of 8 games, when you had a lead in the fourth quarter, that right there is always going to put you on a hot seat. But also when you combine that with how they lost some of these ball games and some of the in-game decisions and questions combined with the overall record, I think all of that was a reason why they made this decision. But it was just surprising that one person of this duo, in terms of him and Joe Shane, was split from the organization as opposed to both guys being gone. But I kind of get it from how it all just kind of came together for Brian Daboll.
Do you think that he's pretty quickly an offensive coordinator again in the league?
Yes, I think so, especially if you are a team with a young quarterback. One situation that just instantly came to mind that would make sense because of how he wanted it in the pre-draft process was Tennessee and Cam Ward working with him. So whoever the head coach will be in Tennessee, I would easily and instantly go and call Brian Daboll because that's his kind of guy. And we've seen him do wonders with Jackson Dart. We've seen him do wonders with a young quarterback in Tommy DeVito, where we saw him go out there and play competent football. We always talk about what he did with Josh Allen. So it would make sense for a team that's got a rookie young quarterback or a first-year quarterback, and you're about to have a new head coach to go and get Brian Daboll to work with that quarterback.
Mike Kafka can win this job, right? I mean, he interviewed for New Orleans and didn't get the job, but, I mean, he's one of the up-and-coming coaches, offensive background, and now has Jackson Dart.
And most importantly, has the trust of the team. The guys around the team really rock with Mike Kafka, so it makes his transition a lot easier for him to step in and coach his football team. And now he really gets to run the show, because a lot of the reasons why Kafka hadn't really worked out in terms of the interviews for the head coaching jobs is people are still relatively unknown about him as a coach. So here's your opportunity, and because you still have a Joe Shane in the building who is already familiar with you as a coach and a play caller now, here's your opportunity. I would like to see him be more of the head coach as opposed to trying to call plays and be the OC head coach. I just truly hate when coaches still try to do that, where they want to also call plays. Man, the head coach is one job. Offensive coordinator is a separate job. Defense coordinator, same thing. Don't try to do both, because you're going to lose in-game situations, which is why you've seen a lot of coaches that are not named Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan fail in that regard.
Emory, we've had you on a few times since the draft, and I remember you telling us that you felt like Kevin Stefanski was holding back Shedeur Sanders in the preseason, I think this was. Do you think he's doing that right now?
Yes, and I will add an asterisk, because at this point, because of how it's played out, you almost kind of feel like it can't just be Stefanski, because you can't just keep going out there and seeing what we're all watching, what the opposing team is noticing, what your current teammates are noticing, and say, like, bro, I know you see this young man struggling. Why not go to someone that had a first-round grade on him that was better than him at every stop of his career? And why not do that to inject some life into this football team that still has a chance to win? We've seen it done before. We saw it last year when Jameis got in there and instantly the offense looked better. Why wouldn't that be the case with a Shedeur Sanders, knowing you have a run game, You have some good options at receiver. I'm not going to let people gaslight me and say that Isaiah Bond is not a good receiver. Jerry Jeudy is not a good receiver. Harold Fannin is not come on now. Let's be serious. And any iteration of a run game that Shedeur has out there is better than what he had at Colorado and Jackson State. So of course the offense will look a lot better with a guy that's more accurate, more decisive, and has the team rallying around him, and everybody wants to see him win. And we know at times vibes can be a thing. We've seen it all across NFL and college football when you insert someone that everybody believes in. So to me, I just feel like, it's part Stefanski, but he can't be this dense and stubborn.
Okay, so let's go back to the preseason. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the offense looked different in the preseason with Shedeur versus Gabriel. Like the play calling. Now there's a new play caller in Cleveland. So does that factor in?
And Tommy Rees has been one of those constant voices in support of Shedeur. And so we know Tommy Rees would use this opportunity to not only help win football games for Cleveland, but man, if I could turn this offense around, we start winning games, I am now the new head coaching candidate. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a vested interest for everybody that's involved. So Tommy Rees has a significant part of Shedeur's success if they're able to go out there and the offense is going to look like it did with James in terms of scoring points and pushing the ball vertically down the field. If that happens, man, watch how quick Tommy Rees's name becomes for one of these head football coaching jobs.
Hey, you mentioned Cam Ward earlier and Brian Daboll liking him in the draft process. Have you seen anything from Cam Ward so far this season? That obviously the Titan season has been a disappointment. It's been largely a disappointment for Cam Ward also when you look at his play. Have you seen something that would scare you off if you're a prospective coach that might take that Titans job if you're told, hey, this is the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward is the franchise quarterback?
Not at all. I mean, listen, you got a guy that's shown great mental toughness, has the leadership, the team likes him, and the team vibes with his level of energy. When we say stuff like, keep that same energy, the team rallies around that. Him and Jeffrey Simmons, they do a great job of matching each other's energy on both sides of the ball. So you have a quarterback that can do that. You have a cornerstone defensive player. You have draft capital, and you have a chance to really rebuild this roster in the mold of what you want it to be. I like some of the pieces they have already on that roster. Tennessee is one of those jobs that I think is more attractive, and who would want to live in Nashville. That's another added benefit of it too. So you have all of those things with this job opening. So yes, it is attractive because you have a quarterback and a cornerstone elite level defender that you can hit the ground running with.
Emory, so we're looking at the Patriots at 7-2. Is Treveyon Henderson about to be RB1?
I'm glad you asked me that, because back in July, when I told people this, everybody was, oh, nah, he's not big enough, split carry. No, when you have the ability to hit the home run from anywhere on the field,
yeah, I'm with you.
Anytime on the field, why would I take that dude off the field? Yes, that's your RB1. Because even if you have him out there, the threat of giving him the ball will cause you to play different defensively, which opens things up for everybody else around him. So when you have that level of threat, him being out there every down takes away the, oh, well, here comes the specialty guy. Here comes it. Like, no. He's out there every day. You don't know what, they could run it, they could pass it, he could block, but he's out there. So now you have to game plan for him. Just like what we've seen Detroit do with Jahmyr Gibbs. That's the same type of threat Henderson poses when he's in the backfield, down in, down out.
Emory Hunt's 2026 football game plan draft guide is available. Website footballgameplan.com/2026 draft guide. Let's talk about some prospects in this upcoming draft, possibly prospects in this upcoming draft. Ty Simpson at Alabama. The knock on him is going to be he hasn't started many games. He's a one-year starter at Alabama, but you pop on some of his throws, and the guy's got an arm, and he can beat you a number of different ways. What do you think about Ty Simpson at Alabama so far, Emory?
What I love most about Ty Simpson is his, mental toughness. And I'm big on that. How do you handle pressure? How do you bounce back from adversity? How do you handle things when things are not going the best? And so what really got me on his side was the first game of the season when they played Florida State. And they're getting blown out by Florida State, but he's still in there scrambling for yards, getting smacked, get back up, trying to, as if he can bring his team back from being, down 20-something points, right? But you like that mentality, and you see him just continue to battle and battle. So that is, in my opinion, that's a high floor that you can build a foundation on. Now, everything else, you want to see him just flatline consistency, because even within the game, let's say last week against LSU, you saw the highs, but then there's like a quarter and a half of just kind of like missed throw after missed throw after missed throw. So you just want to see him flatline his play. But I love the fact that he's locked in mentally. He's a tough guy. He's willing to take a shot. He's willing to go out there and scramble. Give me those type of quarterbacks that's not scared 10 times out of 10.
All right, well, we're talking quarterbacks. Better throw, better pass. Dante Moore on that game-winning drive or Fernando Mendoza? Both quarterbacks on the road, high-pressure moments, playoff positioning on the line, and they both came through. And, the Oregon drive is not getting enough talk because of what we saw with Indiana.
That's a tough one, because I would lean more toward Dante Moore still, because legitimately he put the ball in the right side pocket of the receiver.
He did.
So it was like you couldn't have placed that ball better if you walked down there and handed it to him. But for Mendoza's pass, it reminded me more. That was more of a great situational play by Mendoza and the receiver, like the catch with Joe Montana and Dwight Clark. I'm gonna put it up high to where you go get it, or nobody gets it. But the pass Dante Moore threw, bro, he like legitimately, like you couldn't throw a ball better in that situation, in the rain no less, to where the receiver had a chance to grab it.
Yeah.
And then Mendoza play, Omar Cooper Jr., the receiver, that was the most spectacular part of the play. Was he gets most of the credit for the toe tap that it looked. I thought he was surely out of bounds on it, and how getting shoved out of bounds, got that toe down, the left toe, incredible, incredible balance, both incredible play. Lenoir Sellers, it's been a tough year for South Carolina. Does this season that he's had, does it knock his draft status? Or do you still like enough of what you've seen that it's not going to affect him too much?
Well, full disclosure, I'm a big Tail and Green guy, and I was coming into the season. I was like, this is the guy that is the best quarterback NFL draft prospect in the SEC. So I wasn't as high on Sellers, nor Nussmeier, nor Arch Manning, and we didn't know what Ty Simpson was.
And Taylor Green's had a better season than those guys. He's put up better numbers. Yeah.
Maybe hire me as a GM, Tennessee. But I'm saying, but what I'll say this with Sellers, I like that he had the struggles this year, because what we were basing his potential on was really just the Clemson game of last year, and everybody kind of took that game and shot it into the stratosphere. And so, but I like that he had this season. Same with Arch Manning, because now they can go back to school. They got a lot of food to chew on and say, hey, okay, I can get better with this, and this, and then come back out on the other side and really elevate their status. So I think he goes back. I think he gets better. Just like I feel like Arch Manning, who had quietly started to play better the last 2 games, will get better, because now they have a full season of tape to really work on, dive into, and work on their game.
Emory, always great to catch up with you, man. Put your resume in for the GM. I don't know if you'll have all the power in Tennessee, but
tap my line, guys. Listen, y'all sleep on. Not only would I be a fantastic GM, but my interviews and my press conferences would be on point, and I'll still be active on social media. I will be the new age millennial GM.
You can at least tell us who's in charge.
Yeah, can you work hand in hand with another person? Because that's a requirement here with the Titans. It's always a cooperation. No, there's no one's in anybody's boss over there with the Titans.
Plenty of cooks in the kitchen.
You got to work in line with 2 other people at all times with no knowledge of who's actually making the decision.
Yep.
So if you can do that, then you might get hired by the Titans.
Everybody loves Emory, so everybody loves to work with me. So I might be able to make it work.
Synergy.
Hey, we love having you on the show, man. We appreciate
synergy.
You.
Yep. Thanks, Emory.
Appreciate y'all.
There's Emory Hunt. Great to have him back on. So, Chad, with it's funny he brings up Cam Ward. I see Cam Ward. Caleb Williams switches head coaches right after year 1. He's balling. He's had 4 game-winning drives now this season, and he's doing it with an offensive-minded head coach. I wouldn't stray from what they tried to do previously. Offensive-minded, young head coach, get somebody that can help your quarterback develop.
Tommy Rees. Go hire him. We were talking about
Maybe so.
with the
Maybe
Browns.
so. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's less about the person with the Titans. It's about the title.
You're right.
And the authority and who's in charge and just hiring the right two people. President/GM, one person. Coach, one person. And then let them do their job and do it well.
Let them go to work.
That's what, yes. Let the boy watch. That's the key terms we need.
You let him watch.
You let him watch.
So no, Gabriel, you stay.
What's being consecrated here.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to OutKick Hot Mic.
Daily content and more at OutKick Hot Mic on YouTube.